with a trimmed up orchid. We've cut off a lot of dead leaves and dead roots. I'm just cutting off some damaged ones because it looks better. And we're going to repot this into a sizable pot, and hopefully a lot of these roots will regenerate. And we're probably going to need a pot, something like this large one, and we'll put both plants in it, because that's how it started out. Whoa. Now, this pot has a pretty small hole, and if you don't have a good drainage, it won't work out well. So you can enlarge the drain hole by using a narrow-tipped gadget and just knock repeatedly adjacent to the hole, and it will eventually chip out and enlarge the drain hole.
Was that a move you learned as an eye surgeon?
Yes, in that medical school. So, we'll just set this in here until we've got the other one ready, and we'll see how they fit. But this one has this new flower spike, which is nice to see. That little tit right there is going to be a Phalaenopsis flower spike. Now this is all squishy, kind of rotted roots. I'm trying not to break the ones that are still healthy, so it's a little tricky how you get rid of the bad stuff and not spoil the good stuff, but you just feel it. So you can see, here's a newish root that's growing fine, and you want to keep that. Here's a dead root. The ones that are dead, they have this fiber inside. I don't know what it is or what it's called, but they all have that. And you can pull off the outside soft coating and just leave the fibers. They don't retain water, so they don't harm anything. But if you leave mushy roots in there, they're potentially going to harbor bacteria and fungi. So that's likely to rot again. What do you think? Starting to see?
It's starting to come together.
Pattern. I mean, you start out with this big mass of mush, and you just gradually get rid of it so that you try not to harm the good stuff. And sometimes you do, but there's still a lot of good growth to these roots. And I could probably fiddle with it lots longer. It's a question of how much time do you want to spend taking away every tiny bit.
They seem to be pretty hardy.
They're tough. Orchids really are tough.
Because those have been sitting in water for probably
too long.
Yeah, a year.
Yeah, people don't think about the idea that water is harmful to these roots, but they really are damaged by it. Okay, that looks pretty good. Is that one broken? Doesn't look like it. If you see for sure that a leaf, that a root is broken, it isn't likely to carry nutrients up to the main plant, and you might as well take it off. But these look okay. All right, let's see now what will fit in this pot. Now, you wouldn't have to put them both in the same pot, but you might as well.
Might make them look
So
better.
there's the root mass. You just need a pot big enough to hold that. And this looks big enough to hold that. You could use the bigger pot, but you don't really need to. Then you have to use a lot more potting material, which is okay. It's just, you don't need it. This is plenty big enough, right? You like it?
I like it.
Oh wait, did I cover the holes? I did. I covered the drain holes and I put in some of this coarse material so that it should drain.
Okay.
You could use the styrofoam peanuts in the bottom. I don't think they're harmful. Some people think the chemical nature of them is a negative, but I don't think so.
What is your combination of soil that you have?
This is a mixture of fir bark, perlite, which is expanded lava rock. We cook it somehow and make it puff up, and charcoal. The charcoal is supposed to sweeten the mix. It's supposed to absorb toxins. I don't know if it's true, but that's what they say. And the other just gives drainage. The fir bark does absorb moisture, and so it gives you some material that will hold moisture for a while. It's a little slow to get moist, so you have to soak it the first few times so that it will hold water. The other material that's coming from Schnars in this bag appears to be just bark. I don't know what kind of bark, but I think the advantage of fir bark is that it's very long lasting. So this, in this material, probably won't need to be repotted for 2 years. It's a big enough pot.
What a transformation.
Yeah, a big tangle. So you see, here's a fresh new root ready to grow down into the material. And the others are pretty much covered. But it looks okay.